We are so excited to say that this podcast is sponsored by Watermans.
Wait, the solicitors?
Yeah, but they're not like regular solicitors, obviously.
So not super serious and complicated?
Yeah, I would say they're a bit more straightforward kind of vibe, our vibe.
I can get bored with that.
For straightforward legal advice, remember Watermans. Happy freaking Tuesday, guys. Not long left until we'll fuck off for the season.
I know, there's really not.
2 episodes.
It doesn't
3?
feel long for us because we'll be honest, and you will notice it if you watch. We're recording quite a few because we just want to get as many in the bank.
Just in case.
In case.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Exactly.
But we're going to try our best to keep recording if I'm feeling well and up to it. But it's like, we just don't know. Guys, just to put this into perspective, it's nearly 4 p.m. and we've been here since 10 a.m. and we still have another couple of hours to go after this. Yeah, it's been a full-on day of chin wagging. So we're sick of it.
It's just so much talking, actually.
Even though she barely said a word.
I didn't speak at all, to be honest. See, before we had this podcast, see the amount of talking I've done this day alone. That's probably more than on average I would do in a year, I would say.
Stop making me laugh today. So on this episode, we're going to have a little bit of a catch-up. We've got lots to chat about. Loads of exciting things.
Fucking
kicking off
hunters.
in the world and things that are on TV, things we want to discuss and what we've been up to really.
I've been up to a few things that are worth quite an in-depth conversation.
And then next week I feel like you're going to have so much to talk about because you're off to Gleneagles tomorrow. And then I also have my baby shower down in Leicester
This
on
weekend,
Saturday.
I know.
So, it's just got so much to tell you.
It just never ends, this life.
Right,
ends.
so where do you want to begin? What's been a lot on your plate?
I'm glad you asked, because I was going to just ask me.
Yeah.
Right, so see, first of all, I got my hair done in case anyone didn't notice that I'm back to being, I would say, even blonder than the last time.
Oh, for sure.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
A bit of layers cut in.
And she basically walked into my living room as she'd had it done, and it was like a fresh side part, like a bit flicky-wicky. And honestly, she slayed the day away, and it's back to being middle part in horse girl that she moans about all the time. So I need her to just ruffle it up a bit.
Do you know what it is? I'm going to treat myself, and I'm going to get either an ear wrap or the shark.
Either one.
I've just heard that the ear wrap, a lot of them break.
Or a little roller in your front of your hair.
I know, I need to kind of watch a few.
I think your hair's beautiful, but when I saw you, I was like, I've never seen you with
the
volume in the hair.
I don't really have volume in my hair because I don't know how to do it.
You need to buy that Colour Wow Raise the Root. Apparently that's brilliant.
Yeah. It's more, I have started using a round brush when drying it to try and actually just smooth it a bit.
Yeah.
So it's a bit smoother at the top, etc. However, I can't get the arm movement for that to actually make it volumised still.
Yep. Anyway, before we actually continue, we need to go back to something that we've promised that we would do every single episode. And you need to tell people where your jumper is from because I'm sick of repeating the same 4 letters. ASOS.
Guys, honestly, you don't need to waste your breath or finger time asking where my jumper is from every week. It is simply, see if it's not from ASOS, I'll tell you.
Where's that from?
ASOS. Guys, it's from ASOS. This is the one I wore at the event.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, with the satin trousers.
Yeah.
It's actually a nice jumper just for day to day. ASOS, I believe it's Topshop. Last week, with the wee tassels, the multicoloured kind of one, ASOS could also have been Topshop.
Yep.
And then the beige zip that I had on for a couple of episodes, that was Oysho, the place that I got in Bucharest, the European brand, but I think you can get it online.
The store's in London now.
Is it? That's good to know.
It's owned by Zara.
Yep, you can tell. That top has been ruined by Cookie Monster. The whole thing is pools. Because it's a weird sort of like, it wasn't fluffy, it wasn't, I don't even know how to describe what the texture was, but the whole thing's pulled. Raging about that. Anyway, yeah, don't ask me anything, just go on ASOS and type, describe it.
Right, I've got a fantastic fucking tip for you all. And I can't believe people don't know this.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Right. Get yourself this app. Google. You see where it says search? There's a little button there that's a camera. Click that camera. Go into your Screenshot Zoe on YouTube or,
That's
I don't know, a fucking chest of drawers or something that you love, a cushion, anything you see on Instagram. I'm going to take a picture of a selfie of me in my baby shower outfit. Oh, would you look at that? It has found my exact outfit right there.
That's nice, by the way.
Yeah, I know. ASOS edition. And that is what... And it shows you all different kinds of variations. You can do it with literally anything in
No, I
life.
know
It
that
is a
is good.
lifesaver.
Some apps have it. I think Zara's maybe got it. That you can actually do it on Zara.
ASOS used to be able to, if they do it
I
anymore.
know, I don't think they do.
They'll show you something similar.
Yeah.
Anything in life that you see on the internet or you want to know where it's from, screenshot it, put it into Google, and the internet will find it for you. So good. Just in case, I hope you're probably laughing at this, like, oh God, of course, Jess. But similar to ChatGPT, like I told my mum about it and it's changed her whole entire life.
I just don't
personality.
utilise that whatsoever. Anywho, so went and got my hair done a couple of days ago. Last weekend I went to the cinema. Loved the cinema. I have never seen it as busy my whole entire existence.
What, the film or the cinema?
The cinema. Mobbed.
Showcase?
I was in a queue of about 8 people to get hot chocolate. And nobody even goes to that bit, you know, like the bikini bar bit.
Oh, yeah. In
There.
Showcase?
Yep, in the showcase. And it was absolutely mobbed and I thought, dry Jan in it.
Dry Jan, and they don't want to have like fizzy juice. They want to have like
even
a
just
tea.
the cinema in general, like people aren't going out, so they're looking for other things to do.
What did you go and see?
I've had this cough for honestly 12 weeks at least. So anyway, I went to go see Babygirl.
I heard of that.
It's the fucking weirdest film I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Can I tell you something right now?
Yep.
I would have rather sat next to my dad watching those sex scenes in a cinema full of people. That is fucking weird experience, by the way.
Well, when you actually overthink it and you think,
I just felt like you could almost feel everyone like getting lower and lower in
also,
their
was it
seat.
sex scenes?
Sex
Isn't this
scenes.
the one where she's fascinated with a younger man?
Yes. I can't even tell you if I think it's good, bad, or not. Like, part of me, I said in the chat, I thought it was shite. And in reflection, I'm like, is it shite or is it just so bizarre? Like, it's kind of like, it's not Gone Girl vibes because it's not as dark as that. But it is one of those films that you're like, to say it's good would be a bit unwell. Do you know what I mean?
If you're a movie geek, are you thinking it's like 10 out of 10 Rotten Tomatoes type shit?
Probably, yeah. I don't know, I'd quite like to see what people think actually. But there was just some weird as fuck scenes in it that just... It wasn't just a sex scene, it was like extremely weird noises and like 50 Shades sort of vibe, but nothing on my 50 Shades. But sort of weird sexual relationship rather than just like loads of shagging. And see, just in a like I was actually with my pals and I felt awkward.
Ooh.
Like I felt like I kept pulling my jacket like over my face because I just felt it's so bizarre sitting in, and it was full as well, like it was a busy screening. And I just felt like everyone was feeling the same. I could almost feel like the awkward tension.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if I enjoyed that experience. It's a bit odd.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I went to see that. I would go to the cinema to honestly see somebody shite on somebody else. I love the cinema.
Love it. A lot.
I want to go see Mufasa.
Yeah, you said that. I think
And
we should go see it.
What else is
Because
coming out?
I am obsessed with the guy from Rebel Ridge. We spoke about it. We never said it on the podcast, but we said it on our beauty brunch at Harvey Nicks. And I told you I was all watching Rebel Ridge, and I said the guy in it is hot as fuck, and he is the voice of Mufasa.
Is he?
Yeah.
Actually...
What's the song that when he's on the Jennifer Hudson show? What's his name?
No.
Aaron. Pierre. That's Mufasa.
Oh, yeah.
And when he's...
I have seen that, actually.
Have you seen
That
the
clip.
Jennifer Hudson... Have you seen that? Are you on that world of TikTok yet? Where for her talk show, they all have a... I can't remember what she actually calls it, but it's where they walk through to the set and all of the team, the cast, like all the production team, they make a song up for you and you dance.
I've seen the exact video you're talking about.
Okay, so they make that song up, but in the thing you can see...
And he's coming out quite like...
He is hung like Mufasa. And I think it's gone viral because it's like, oh my goodness.
I didn't actually notice that.
Well, I think they deleted it or turned the comments off because it was like, oh, somebody said both lips weeped or both lips clapped. I was feeling like, wow, the internet is too fast.
The internet is fucking
good. Or both lips purred or something like that. And I was like, wow, sis. So
I did actually see that video. And that's weird that you're saying this because I don't know who he is. Like, I've not looked into who he is.
So he's
But
the Rebel Ridge guy.
right, okay.
Very like understated, like no one knew who he is, but he's just gone viral overnight because he's the voice of Mufasa. He's not even in it.
But funny you're saying that is when I saw that clip on TikTok, I didn't like the thing with me on TikTok is I think I go buy them quite quick. Like I don't really
take it in.
notice that there's a trend going on
Yeah.
again, if you know what I mean. But I noticed that he was really attractive and I thought, oh my god, the guy who's playing Mufasa is really hot. And that's the only thought I had.
But they're saying that he looks like Scar. From like
I keep thinking Mufasa is Scar.
No. Scar was the evil one with
he's
the
bad
colourful
one.
eyes.
Mufasa's the dad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a traumatising scene as a child, by the way, in Lion King.
Oh, it is. But I would like to see that. What else is coming out this year? There's quite a lot of things. When's The Housemaid coming out?
Unsure. The Last of Us is coming back in April, which is Sky.
Never watched that.
You should. And I know we don't love vampire shit, but love it. Marie, do you like it? Sorry, I meant that. To me, that's the same bracket. But zombies. But they're also just clickers. I feel like my Yorkshire puddings always look a bit like a clicker when I make them. You know what a clicker is?
No, what the fuck's a clicker?
It's like, no, but they do. But if I showed you a picture of my Yorkshire puddings, you'd be like, that's uncanny. It's
I couldn't be any more lost.
So they're zombies, right? But they go through different stages of being a bit like an overgrown mushroom. They just get more bigger and bigger, and they have like weird shit coming from them. And the bigger they are the more dangerous.
Like cauliflower.
Exactly that. Exactly that. They get more hideous and scary and the more dangerous, like a big virus, basically. Anyway, great. Pedro Pascal.
Is it kind of like Shaun of the Dead?
Almost, yeah. It's it's like it is like Shaun of the Dead, but it's not. Nothing's funny about it really. It's quite serious.
Okay,
not funny, it's serious, but it's.
My list of things to watch couldn't be longer. Like I've still not watched that
Black
Doves thing. I've still not watched. You were all watching something else that I've not watched recently as well. Over kind of Christmassy time. There's about 3 or 4 things, and they're coming back, and more stuff's coming out.
Love Island, Molly May documentary,
Traitors, Love Island. That's coming.
But you're caught up on Traitors, and that's the most important thing.
I'm caught up in Traitors, but Jason's still in a film
era,
and I'm like, it's time to come out of that, Jason.
We need to stop.
We're running out of. We have watched some good films, but we're running out of suggestions because I've got a list on my phone of ones people have told us to watch, and also. I'm getting a bit bored of watching something for that length of time.
Yeah, you need
like
I want
quick episodes now.
Right.
So I'm just going to start watching stuff myself, I think, if he's not on board anytime soon.
Have you watched Yellowstone? You're not a Yellowstone person? No, I'm not. Have you watched Landman?
No.
Again, anyone that's into Yellowstone, you need to watch Landman. That's Richard's new obsession. Have you watching that, Murray? Do you watch Yellowstone? Okay, thought that'd be your vibe. But shall we talk quickly about Traitors?
Yes. Where are we at, actually? Are you up to date, Money? Did you watch last night? Okay, that's fine then.
Linda is out, and we were pissing at the acting last night.
She's the worst actor I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Oh, it's
just the constant like, and see when you really thought about it, the fact that guy was right when Claudia actually said traitor, she did go and look directly at her.
I was really happy for Jake actually because I thought you've been so persistent with her all along, and
you do want to shout you're right. Like, don't get misled because you're actually correct.
Yeah. How iconic was it when Fozia said to her at the end, sleep well tonight, Linda.
It'll be your last night.
I thought, and the memes have already begun.
Have they? I'm quite happy for Fozia that she was right and she did get put out. But yeah, I don't know. Like, who's next? Who's under the firing line now? Leanne a wee bit?
Yeah, Leanne. I thought she was going to recruit Leanne, but
that obvious, I think.
Recruited Charlotte, which I think is a bit like, I like the fact she's keeping it all female boss bitch, but
yeah. I don't think anyone will suspect Charlotte though. That's why she's done it.
But what's her name? The main traitor?
Mina
is being sussed.
So do you know what I think might happen?
God, what?
I think Charlotte might throw Mina under if she accepts.
Guys, do you know what we were talking about last night? Right? Will accept because they gave her an ultimatum. But
let's accept her, go home, innit?
What I was thinking last night is, because we were saying, what would be the situation if they got caught, they both got nominated out one day after the other, and there's literally no traitors left. That's not happened yet, but I'm guessing what happens is the game still continues. There's just no traitors left, and they all, because remember they said they can't be told if there's any traitors left. They only try and work it out because of recruitment nights. When somebody comes back in the morning, they're like, okay, no one's was murdered, so there must have been a recruitment, and someone's either being recruited or not accepted. So I feel like if that scenario happened, what obviously that would happen.
Well, I think that's what happened last night. They wouldn't let it get down to only one. So they've basically made sure that she'll accept
because they know she's going to leave.
Home.
Okay, but
so that's
the point is, I'm saying, let's say around each round table, both nights, they both got banished. Then there'll be none left. Is it a game? Because remember, they don't tell you if there's any traitors left. You're not allowed to announce at the final if you're a traitor or not either this season. So are you just left just keep banging out all these faithfuls? And then it's like at the end...
only faithfuls anyway. No, because what will happen is even if there's two, like what happened last night, Linda went...
for another one.
Yeah, so they'll never leave it as none.
Unless you declined.
Yeah, unless you went home, but then they would just I think they would make her pick someone else so that there's never going to not be a traitor. They wouldn't let it happen, I don't think.
Okay.
Because we thought that would happen, and then we realised, no, they'll make them... It won't be a case of accepting or declining, it's accepting or go home, which they're never going to do. So it's going to give you another traitor, isn't it?
So we've got a really fucking funny story to say. So last night we went round my friend Hayley's for dinner, and we were talking around the table, and guys,
talking about traitors.
We were talking about traitors, and we were saying how we don't think either of us could ever be... You were saying you could be a traitor.
I'm a terrible liar and a smirk. The lying part I would find really difficult because I do think you can see it in my face, but I mentally would drive me insane not knowing who the traitors were as a faithful.
So you'd prefer to just
I think I would prefer to be the traitor and not have
control.
The unknown. Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I just couldn't. I could never. I genuinely would be. I'd crumble under pressure and say something stupid. Anyway, I do not have a fucking clue how this came up in this conversation.
I can't remember how it came into conversation.
And I really wish I did. But Hayley was opposite me, and then our girlfriend Shiv, and I was like, right, girls, what would you be? And I said something like, I could never send a letter like about the cats or something. There's something about the cats.
The cats came into conversation. I have no idea how.
And I laughed saying, fucking hell, that card that I been getting for the past 2 years. I never had another one since Owen died. And I laughed. But the way Hayley laughed was so sus.
We looked at each other like...
She sort of like sipped her straw as she laughed. And I looked at her, I was like, wait a minute. You know who it is? And she was like, bright red.
No.
Shiv then went bright red, and I was like, wait a minute. Fuck.
They were being sheepish and I was like, fuck.
Are you the person that's been sending me the cat cards? And she was like, I've never posted you. I can promise you now, I have never posted you a card. But because we were laughing uncontrollably at this point, because we knew we'd sussed them, we were like, you're a traitor.
I just kept saying, it is you. I can tell it's you. And we can actually tell it's you. And Shiv, you could tell she wanted to just run out of the room.
Yeah. And honestly, it was going on for about 5 minutes where me and Zoe were literally like screaming in each other's faces like, we've cracked it. We know who it is. It's you, Hayley. And she was like, I swear it's not me. And then after a while, I was like, just go on. Just tell me if it is. Like, it's been 2 long years. You've had a great, great run. Are you the one sending me the card? And she was like, yes. I was like, no way.
I can't believe it.
How the fuck? But the worst part is, so what I couldn't get my head around was, this is full like traitor mode. Every time I got a card, well, twice I got the card. No, I was never in when I got the cards. 2 of the occasions I was not in the country, I was with her.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, how is that possible? Even so much so that I sussed Richard was the person because he was always the one getting these cards.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Hayley, Chloe, Heather are all in on it. They thought they saw a card 2 years ago and it said to the cats, and they thought it'd be funny to send it to Richard. So much so that we spoke about it on the podcast that they thought, fuck, we've got to keep this up.
Yeah.
Right? Then when we were away in Nashville and when I was away in London for Winter Wonderland last year before last,
yeah,
I got to. And they got Elsa to send it, who lives
Because
near
they
me.
were with you?
Yep, to do it because it then took the heat off them. So when we were sat in Nashville and I got a text from Richard at that moment around the table with the girls, I can't believe they put that full-on face on.
I don't know. But what I was saying was, I think in a group, so see even the traitors on the show, I think when there's more than one of them, they can manage it because they kind of feel not everyone's looking at one person until at the table, which it might happen.
Yeah.
But when we were in Nashville, Heather and Hayley both knew it was them. So you can kind of be like, oh, it's no us, like, shut up.
Yeah, we're
Whereas
here,
if it's
sat in
just
Nashville.
you would be like,
Oh, I
but
never
you
thought
just
I'd
would
feel the day.
crumble yourself.
But anyway, turns out, it's kind of funny, but it's not. But so they sent me a card when I announced the baby news,
Yeah.
which they knew months before. And then my birthday was literally 3 weeks later. Owen died on my birthday, which I was down in Leicester. Hayley was looking after the cats.
Yeah.
So the only reason they didn't send me a card on my birthday from Owen, because it was from Owen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you imagine the disaster? Was because they thought it was a bit too close and they thought we'll do it on Richard's birthday instead. And can you imagine if she came to look for the cats and they left and the card was there, I would have ended my life.
No, I know. But the only saving grace was she would have been the one that probably dropped the card in, and then she went to also see the cat, so she would have been like,
Fuck, I'll just take that back.
I know, we were kind of...
It is funny, you can laugh about
yeah,
it now.
you can laugh about it because she would have been like, oh, I'll just take that with me now.
Anyway, guys, 2 years of us discussing that on the pod.
mystery is over.
It's over. It was the closest people to me. So basically, the moral of the story is trust no fucker. Trust no one. Traitors, traitor, 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 traitor.
I think it might have came up because for some reason I said to Hayley, you're the only person that's funny and witty enough to do stuff like that.
Yes.
And then that might have been when she started looking suspicious.
Didn't you say something like, I wish I could be that funny? And you went, like the card situation.
That's what it was. I said it's kind of like your card situation. You think it's me. You've thought it was me, but I could only wish to be as funny as that.
That was
and
it.
And then I said the only person I know
that could be that funny
is Hayley.
And it was.
And then she started to look suspicious and we were like, all right. And we got out of her. And Shiv wasn't involved, but she knew Hayley told her she was doing it when Owen died. So then last night she was like pure going into her seat, like I don't want involved because I didn't want to give it away in case Hayley wasn't going to tell you. Also, by the way, when we were at Hayley's, with a fucking fire.
No. I can't believe that happened.
So that's the first time I'd been there. So we were downstairs for ages and then you were going to the toilets. They were like, right, let's show you upstairs because I wanted to be mooch about, obviously. And me and Hayley went up and we could smell. At first I smelled a nice candle smell, like very suddenly, and then it changed a kind of fishy, fiery smell. And we were like, what the fuck is that? Went into her bedroom and she had one of those wee metal kind of tin candles. And it obviously ran out. But instead of just burning out, it was literally the whole round thing. Like the edging wasn't on fire, but it was full of flames rather than one flame, if you know what I mean. And we were like, what the fuck? And it was stinking. So I ran downstairs, got a glass of water, came back up, and then Shiv came up. And she was like, is this what I do? Do I put water in it? And I was like, I honestly don't know. In reflection, we did the wrong thing. She poured a wee bit of water in, and honestly, it literally went shoo, and like up in flames.
She's not even exaggerating, guys. Like the flame went from the floor to ceiling. Instant went down, didn't it?
It went down like instantly.
But in that split second, I can't even imagine how you would have felt.
And see, before we actually went upstairs, like see next to that candle, there was a vase of dried flowers. And I'm like, that would have only taken, I don't even know how much longer to catch that.
There's a brand new chest of drawers and it's all big brown.
It's got like an actual brown circle indented in it.
And then when you lifted it up, the mirror, it was boiling. Not only that, was the whole top cup. Oh my God, actually, we could have all died.
The whole top thing was full of perfume, hairspray,
aerosols.
like beauty products.
We would have died. That brand new hat, I cannot. And I'm just, all this time, I'm just peacefully having a piss downstairs. And I'm like, what's going on?
Also, what I find terrifying is not an inch of that smell was downstairs.
Not an inch.
And where the fuck are their alarms?
They had a carbon monoxide and fire alarm in the bedroom, didn't go off.
No.
Anyway, guys, I've learned this mistake myself because Richard's on me like this, but
Jason
Christmas
is the
tree
fire
light,
marshal, pretty much.
Candle, like I do leave sometimes a candle burner on, and I forget.
When you go out?
Yeah, I forget.
Jess.
Like like not that, but like a
wax melt
thing. Yeah, I will
So a
never
tea
do
light
that.
doesn't last long, to be fair. You would only get so
What's
long.
like a tea light though?
No, it was
It's from
small.
Etsy.
See, it was something to do with Taylor Swift, and I thought, no wonder, do you know what I mean?
You know, Shiv said it's meant to smell like Taylor Swift, and I was like, God, that just tells you everything you need to know.
No wonder, not blames, do you know what I mean? Jason is very, like, I think I said this before, every switch is off.
Yeah, it is, isn't
Every
it?
candle's out. We don't even go out, the washing machine's on. Literally, nothing's running when we're not there. And I told him, and he was like, see, you would leave with the candles on and all that. It was, I'm not a fire marshal for none. And I was like, no, but you
I don't even
actually...
dare tell Richard that story.
No, I know, you actually are right, though, Jason, do you know what I mean?
No.
It was pretty scary. I mean, we could laugh about it after, but Hayley is convinced that her eyelashes are gone.
Yeah, she was.
She was like, is my brows still there? Because they feel singed off. I was like, they are. Don't worry.
Guys, buying your own house and flat can be so stressful.
So stressful. And I feel like as adults, we're just supposed to know all this stuff.
Did you know that it's considered one of the most stressful things you can ever do in your life?
I can believe that, by the way. All the paperwork, lawyers and all that. It's too much.
It's a total minefield. Well, don't worry, I have a solution that will make everything feel easier.
Ooh.
Just let our sponsors, Watermans, handle it all.
Will they pack my boxes too?
Not quite, Lizzie. But they'll definitely take care of everything else.
Perfect.
Let's continue
Anyway.
what you've been up to, Zoe.
Jesus, I don't know
Cinema.
I don't know if I've been up to anything else other than that, to be honest.
I feel like you have. You have been planning a baby shower.
Correct. We had Jessie's baby shower at the weekend, which I'd been planning for the last few weeks, obviously.
Which we've vlogged, by the way, which will be on Patreon.
Correct.
Yes.
Um,
Well, I didn't vlog it. Zoe did.
I tried my best, and then I realised that I'd been vlogging and speaking to the camera with no lipstick on. Well, no lips on. Devastated about that.
Do you care?
I do, you know what I'm like. Anyway, so I was planning that, and then someone said at the table, what was it someone said about, like, it must be so nice just having, like, the time to just sit and enjoy planning this, and I was
No, it's like, what?
I wish it was the only fucking thing I was doing. Do you know what I mean? Up at night, like, but it was lovely. I had a great time.
Absolutely bloody beautiful, Zoe. You did
We had
a fantastic
it
job.
in the private dining room in Maison by Glass Sahoo,
Yep.
and that's a lovely room.
Really, really gorgeous.
I think that would be so nice for a nice birthday meal.
Yep.
Or a special, like maybe like you got engaged and you were having a meal with your family or something. That's cute. But it was really
How many did
nice.
the seat? Was it like 20?
There was 22 there, but they can squeeze in up to about 24, 26, I think. But you probably could fit another wee table down at the window
Yeah.
if you needed extra.
It was like a set brunch menu that we had.
Yeah, we had.
Did you pick those brunch menus, or was that?
Yeah,
like...
there was a bit more on. There's not loads more on the menu, but we just picked 3 so that it was a bit easier for like the kitchen.
Okay.
I just picked simple eggs, avocado, etc. Yeah, so we had brunch, and then quite a lot to talk about actually. Wheatberry kindly gave us a wee
That's so
like
nice
party
of
bag
them.
for everyone, and it had your favourite almond croissant
And a pan
and pan of chocolat.
And the ribbon, did they put that ribbon on it?
They put the ribbon on, and did you see that it actually said celebrating baby Tate?
No. I knew it said celebrating. It had baby feet on it in green, but I didn't know it said Tate.
Right, so I didn't realise that until my box was at home either. And I thought, that is so nice.
Maybe the ribbon that I had, it didn't have that.
Yeah, because they've obviously cut it. But yeah, it said that. Because I said to them, like, I'll get a wee pink ribbon or something like that to put on it, or I don't even know if I did, and they were like, no, we'll sort it all.
Also, guys, while we're talking about Wheatberry very, very, very quickly, I got a message from them yesterday. They have built a whole brand new bakery in Morris Park that you're going to be able to have pastry classes in soon, and I'm going to go with Lauren.
Love
like
that.
One of the first, go in and you can buy a pastry and learn how to make croissants and stuff. I think that's right.
I don't think anyone knows how to make a pastry unless you've actually done something like that. Like,
I'll
that's
let
a
you know
hard
more
thing to
on that one.
make.
But the picture of it looks unreal.
That's right next door to the place I take cookie for one-to-ones.
Yes, so it is.
I noticed it when I was there. So they gave us a wee party bags, which was so nice, and I thought you'll love that because you love them. And it was something a wee bit different and cute for people to take home. And then Pudgy's made your cake.
That was insane.
It was gorgeous.
Not only did Pudgy's cakes look the part, they taste
It was
the
so
business.
nice.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Sarah at Pudgy's is fucking class.
I know. I sent her like my inspo, which was pretty like what it was.
Yeah.
But I did also say, like, if you want to do it, because see with people like that, they're so creative that I'm like, I don't want to give you such strict direction that you can't really put your own like
Creative flow
yeah,
on it. Yeah.
and like you're kind of maybe like touch that you do to all the cakes, but it was so nice. Loved it. We'll insert a picture here. And then Olive Flowers helped me with all the floral bits.
They were beautiful.
But actually, I couldn't get a florist to come and help me on the day. So I just went and picked it all up and set it all up. But I'm quite into doing that, you know what I'm like. And then I just made the wee menus and all that myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you got all the little vases were from Olive,
yeah.
but then you bought little candle holders and candlesticks.
Yeah, I just got loads of, if anyone's planning like this, by the way, always check Amazon because they are the best for stuff like that. I got loads of glass candle holders for like the pillar candles, and then I got just loads of wee tea light holders just to put loads of candles about, and then I just got nice candles from Sainsbury's.
And my gifts, guys, oh my God. I mean, if you're over on Patreon, Zoe vlogged me unwrapping the presents in front of 20 people, which was quite embarrassing. But
we had to do it because what I
Yeah.
basically, I made a chat and just said, if everyone, not everyone, because some people did their own me things or are planning on doing their own me
Yeah.
things, but most people just sent money in because I wanted to get you the carrier you wanted.
Yeah.
And for me to do that, everyone kind of had to be involved or else.
Expensive.
Yeah, like it was too much for just our wee group. And then I
Yeah.
didn't want to just ask a few people, it would have been
No.
awkward. So I was like, why don't everyone just send me what you want to spend? I'll add it all up and then I'll get as much off your list as I can.
And
That worked
it
quite
worked
well.
out perfect. I got
Yeah.
the Artie Pop carrier, guys, in denim. Fucking bougie as hell. I'm going to be a cool mom. I couldn't believe it when I opened it because the box is beautiful. I was like, what is
The
this?
box is nice.
And then I opened it and I was like, honestly, as far as baby carriers go, I mean, you could get, I'm sure they're all amazing, right? But the quality of it was, I think the fabric's from Japan. It's designed in Finland and then it made in China. But it honestly is like even just from like all the, what's the word I'm looking for? All the trims on it.
Yeah.
It's just all branded and the quality of the fabric. You can just tell it's a really good, sturdy baby carrier.
Where
And-
did you see that, by the way?
Well, I get targeted ads all the time for them because I think I've maybe looked one up, but a lot of people have them. But
Like, is it on TikTok
do you
or
mean
something?
no? Good God, the denim one I just saw on the website when I was looking.
Right, okay.
I really wanted the new burgundy colorway, and it's in like a silk. That was 600-700 quid. And I was
That's
like,
ridiculous. That's just too far.
fuck. The denim one was more expensive than the standard. Maybe like 40 quid more. But anyway, really, really wanted that. And if not, I was going to treat myself to it anyway. So I was really grateful for that. It was amazing. I got a car camera. So rather than a mirror for your car, I got a camera because apparently it's really good for when you're driving in the dark.
Yeah.
I got one of the crumpet and crimble, can't remember. You'll know what I mean if you're a mum. They're like the star suit
Yeah.
from my sister-in-law. I also got like a cute little duck dressing gown. I got loads. I basically asked people to bring me a storybook, a book,
Yeah.
and write a message in and I got some really gorgeous ones. Your mum got me Hungry Caterpillar.
That's the only one I remember from being young.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I got Elsa for her.
But when I was
Maybe.
opening them, I was like, God, this is pure nostalgia. Like,
Yeah.
I'm remembering them now. So I got a good selection of books. And then one of my friends, Lauren, who is Lauren's Cravings on Instagram, she is doing like a priceless thing for me. And she's batch cooking 4 meals for me. So apparently that is like an incredible gift.
100%.
Something that I would love to talk on the podcast, because I think it would be a really good like evergreen episode that we can do one time, is I asked on my Just Jess Food stories, what is the best gift you've been given at a baby shower, and what is the best gift that you have received that's helpful and useful or thoughtful? And I have to admit, I had thousands of responses, right? And things that I was reading purely because, one, I was wanting to do like a nice blog page for my website, but also Zoe was asking me for a list of things and I felt overwhelmed. I don't know what I'm asking for. I don't know what's useful.
I know.
And I didn't want people to waste their money. So I was like, let me get some inspiration. So that was really handy. And I think what we'll do is we can do a segment where, because you either attend a baby shower, your friends are having them, or you're having them. I think not thinking about these things, it's like, wow, that was amazing.
I also think it might be good to do, obviously it'll be once we're back anyway.
Yeah.
But, and maybe you sort of make even just mental notes of,
If I did find it useful or not.
yeah, because obviously you've kind of created a list
From other
from
people.
that, but other people will have got you stuff that necessarily wasn't on the list or
Well, they
whatever.
have done, yeah.
And for someone who, I mean, your list was the most accurate fucking long thing I've ever seen in my life, right? Because that's just you. But equally at the same time, you're not like mumsy and know exactly what to look for in a way, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
it would probably be quite good to hear from someone like you who isn't just buying everything and anything because they feel they need it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you've chose to not be that way, take people's recommendations, but I bet you can still whittle it down even from that.
Oh, totally.
So then it would be even
Yeah.
good to then say your list from the even bigger list. Do you know what I mean?
There's two things, though, that I would like to point out, which was probably 50% of the answers, which is similar to what Lauren's doing for me, was either batch cooking or Deliveroo Just Eat vouchers, or you know that cook shop that we use on Great Western Road, GWR, the cook frozen food place, and I think it's also in my BP garage. But getting people vouchers for cook, HelloFresh, which I guess is a little bit more work because you're still having to cook, but you're not having to think about the meal.
Or go out and buy all the stuff in and stuff like that.
Or deliver a supermarket shop to your friend. Those were massive, and people were saying that was like invaluable to their newborn experience.
Yeah.
And also quite a lot of things for like the mum. So it's like a lot of the mums kind of forgotten about when the baby's here. So get her a pregnancy massage, get them the couple a date night voucher, or pajamas for them to chill in, things that make their life easier. Babysitting vouchers, make them up, write them on Etsy and be like, here you go, there's a night out for you.
Yeah, that's cute.
Come round and be like, right, I'll take the baby, you get in that fucking shower, you stink. And yeah, those sort of
That's
things,
what I
like
think,
if you haven't got the money, people will always appreciate that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that would be a really good episode for people to refer back to. But baby shower shit, or even if just newborn, because it's so good to hear every listener's opinion. Because
I also think you never ever, obviously we're talking about like the people we're surrounded with who are privileged in this department, but you don't ever really hear of someone say I didn't have enough. It's always I had far too much.
Totally.
I bought too much, I get given too much.
Yeah.
And someone who you'll see next week was telling us that she actually ended up taking a lot of her stuff back and getting a gift card instead, and then it literally lasted her like a year.
Yeah.
Of having to go get like top up on baby stuff because it was just too much of the same thing or too much of the same size.
And the guests that we have on next week also were giving they were all mums, and they were giving us tips of newborn tips. And they're not mumsy mums at all, actually.
Like and if you watch or listen to this podcast because you love me so much, which probably 8% of you do, then you won't enjoy it because I said nothing.
She didn't either. Did she, Folk? You did a little bit.
No, I did a bit, but I just I have nothing to bring in that conversation. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you listened and you learned because you're going to be the best mum in the world.
Absolutely. I want it. I just don't want it yet.
Also, just quickly speaking about the noted. And you may have seen on my story, but the Scottish baby box arrived, and I was blown away by that, guys.
I can't believe the amount of stuff in that.
You came over to mine and had a look. Oh, the Scottish government, that is one thing that is big tick, yes. And do you know what it was? When I shared it on my story, and people were saying, a lot of people from England, especially some of my friends, were like, what is this? I don't understand. Tell me more.
Yeah, like, what do you mean it's from the government?
What do you mean? What is this?
Yeah.
It's like unheard of. Do you know? And I think what it's boiled down to is it's really unheard of to hear of a universal initiative given to everybody, no matter what anyone's financial situation is.
Correct.
It's also giving everybody, every baby, an equal start in life, no matter who their parents are or whatever.
It made me feel so... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, content's not the right word, but almost like... You know what I mean? That just everyone at least has that.
Yeah. But it's also sad to think that that's all that some people have. And that baby will be sleeping in that box, which, may I add, a lot of people messaged me, a lot, that said, even though they had the crib and the Moses basket, their baby preferred to sleep in that box. And it was the only way they would settle.
But that's what I mean, though. Like, it's really sad if that's all they've got, right? Mm-hmm. But before you know about that and before you think about it or even see what's in it, there will obviously be families that maybe don't apply for it and don't get it and still have nothing, right? But it's like everyone will get it. You just have to fill out that leaflet. So that's what I mean. People
so if you don't fill out the leaflet, then you're not going to get it.
That's what I mean. People won't. And like especially people who maybe
Don't feel like they
don't
need
have a
to.
great situation, at least the option's there for everyone to have that as a wee bed for a baby.
Yeah.
And like you've got a wee towel and
Guys, you've got
you literally got like a wee, what's the wee towel, the wee blankety toy that they get and they always hold on
comforter.
to.
Apparently that goes on Facebook for like 20 quid. People's children are so attached to the yellow giraffe comforter. I've got so many messages about this. They're like, basically goes on like the black market. People, because you can't buy any of that stuff in that box.
Why are people selling it? Go give it into a charity shop.
I know, but obviously people are wanting it on Facebook. So they're like, I need it. My baby's lost it. And they depend on it.
Right, okay.
So people are giving them away. I know. Crazy. Anyway, got a bath thermometer. I heard the wraps phenomenal. I'm going to keep a few bits and bobs. Like a lot of people were saying to me, like, we should never feel guilty for this. Like every single mum deserves to have this start in life for mum and dad, deserve to have this. But it's also super important to not feel like you have to give everything away, because it removes the stigma that if you do see another baby in that same onesie, because remember, it's all the same stuff, you will see somebody in that grey little fleecy hoodie and be like, baby box. And it sort of removes that stigma of like, oh, I don't need that, I can afford something else. And no matter of what your situation you're in, it's just nice to know that everybody is using it. So yeah, I do think that side of it is super important to not make anybody feel a type of way.
You also know that the stuff that's given in that is absolutely okay to use.
Yes, exactly. And the quality's so good.
Like you didn't have a thermometer?
Don't have a bath thermometer. It's got a room thermometer and a bath thermometer and a thermometer for their mouth. Toothbrush. It's
Condoms?
got 2 packs of condoms.
Johnnies?
Yeah, 2 packs of Johnnies.
That's basically saying don't fucking do this again, because we've got a lot of folk to give this to.
Exactly.
You only get it once every couple of years.
You know, if you have twins, you get 2.
That is amazing, isn't it?
But I just thought I'd quickly point out, if you did want to donate anything, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be keeping everything in that box. I don't need it.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for that. But they said that the box itself is amazing to be kept for a memory box, and you can colour it in. That's been designed for you to colour in with your kids.
So it is.
And it's got a really good mattress. But you can donate it to, maybe I'll share it on my story if you want to, but it's a Facebook page. I think it's called Scott Baby, something that they really want them. And a lot of them get sent to Ukraine. And even if they just take the box, or you can take the parts out that you need, which they strongly encourage that you do, because there's lots of stuff in that box that I need. So I'm going to keep the bits that I need, and I will put anything that I don't use in it and then donate that.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Absolutely.
And also, if you are thinking, if you are pregnant or whatever, or you know anyone that is, tell them to apply for it. Because the only way you can get it from the government is by you writing out that free post leaflet.
Yeah.
And every single baby is entitled to it. So take it.
What a great thing.
And give it to England or Ukraine or wherever.
Anywhere you wish.
Yeah.
Love it. We love Scotland.
I just think, it made me so proud to live here. I thought, I'm so lucky. That's why that baby can't come at the weekend, guys, in Leicester. Thank fuck, I'm driving up that motorway. Having that baby in Gretna Green, no way is it having Leicester on its passport.
That baby needs to be Scottish. What else have you been up to?
I've wrote some bits down, to be honest with you, Zoe, to talk to you about. But we'll talk about this quickly. But I'm having my nursery started in the next 2 weeks, which I'm going to be sharing quite a bit. Stories which you can check out. Everything's ordered. It's just getting it in motion now. Got a guy called Gary from GSJ Projects on Instagram. He's like a joiner, but he also can help with everything. But he is actually only doing my joinery work, to be fair, because I've already got all the other parts, like my carpet and painter and everything sorted. But he's doing me some really gorgeous paneling and bespoke shelving in there, and he's managed to get my Pax wardrobe spray painted to match a colour in my wallpaper. So I'll document some of that for you, because I know people are keen to see home. Everyone loves home renovation shit, don't they? Like,
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love nothing more than watching somebody put cereal in the named tubs and restacking their kitchen cupboards.
Quite therapeutic, isn't it?
And then pouring the washing powder into the wee plastic box and restacking it. That makes me want to get my fucking shit together. I can't express that enough.
Love that,
I love
Zoe.
home stuff.
I also had my 3rd session with Lindsay from Born This Way Hypnobirthing. I feel like I can only compare Lindsay to how it may feel for maybe a strange comparison, but it's how I feel at the time. I was desperate to see her because I was in such a negative headspace with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that she would make me feel better, and it felt a bit like therapy. And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like, I need to see her because I know she'll make me feel back to where I was, because she had to cancel on because she got really ill over Christmas. So it felt like a really large gap between my second and third session.
Maybe a few steps back.
Yeah. But anyway, we had an amazing 3-hour session, actually, 3.5. She stayed a bit longer. Richard asked her to be our doula. I don't think he understood how it worked. He was like, "So you're going to be at the birth then?" I was like, "No, it doesn't work like
Explain
that."
what that means.
Sorry, another word to add to our little list. But a doula is somebody like somebody to be your birthing partner.
Mm-hmm.
Who I believe would need to be a midwife. Could be wrong with that one, but Lindsay is a midwife. It's just having an extra pair of hands in the room with you and people that can just guide you through it and just keep you calm. Really helpful to I guess it's a luxury to have, but also probably would help a lot of people in that. And Richard is really super keen for her to be on that journey with me because he wants me to have the most magical experience, bless him. And I'm like, in all fairness to Lindsay, like what we're doing with her, I think we are more than capable of doing it because she's done such an excellent job. But equally, I also want him to feel calm, and if he wants her there, then
I know. I can imagine as the guy, if you go through like hypnobirthing or whatever, it actually probably, as much as it's helping, it probably makes them realise what their part and role is at that time. And then it's maybe quite daunting for them to think, well, what if I forget?
Yeah.
What if I forget? What I have to
You
tell you?
won't.
And what if I panic? And what if I'm not calm? And I'm supposed to be the one that's calm, and I'm supposed to be the one that's helping you and reminding you how to breathe and all that. So then they maybe want the support again.
Support there for him.
So I do get it.
I agree with you. But also, Lindsay is someone where once you finish your course with her, she's going to be on tech support. If she's not guaranteed to be there because it might be in the middle of the night when she's asleep, but she's not on call for you. But if you text and say, right, I'm going into labour, she's like, you can text me and say, right, you've just heard the midwife say this. This is what Jess said, and whatever, like, who knows? Anyway,
like, this is the way she's feeling. Can I do anything to help or whatever?
Yeah, and she can just help guide him and stuff. And I'm guessing this becomes as no surprise to anyone, but I definitely want to look into getting my placenta encapsulated. Like, I want to eat my placenta. Not my actual placenta.
I just don't quite understand. Can you tell me the benefits of that?
Well, there's no scientific proven evidence that eating your placenta is going to be a type of way. I don't know if that's because the government want you to stay sick. Who knows? I don't know. But there has been, and it could be a placebo effect, but people can get their placenta dried out and made into capsules. So it's not like you're eating your actual like organ. That, I think that's quite strange.
Yeah, that's
people
fucking
do
weird.
it.
I think I can potentially get on board with a capsule that feels like a
tablet.
Like
Yeah.
liver oil or something.
But
Is that what we call
so
it?
there is I've looked into it, and there is one company in Glasgow that looks good, and it's called Power. I'll tag them, Power Placenta Labs or something. She's a bioscientist. Anyway, she'll come and collect it from you on the day you give birth, put it in a freezer pack, and then you get the tablets the next day because you have a massive hormone drop on day 3, I think.
What the fuck?
So they say that by doing the placenta, it could be placebo effect, but it reduces baby blues, and it makes people feel like they have spring back their energy back quite quick.
Okay.
And can help reduce postpartum hair loss. And listen, I said it to Richard, and I thought he'd tell me I was insane. He was like, listen, if there's anything that could possibly help to make you feel better,
Oh, absolutely.
just go for it. If you want to
Definitely.
do it, because it's not cheap. I think it was about 200 quid when I looked into it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I suppose it's quite a scientific process.
Yeah. And you get, it might be something like 40 days worth or something.
I mean,
You get a
I
lot.
can imagine why it would potentially help with those things, right? Because, I mean, I know fuck all about this shit. But what I would assume is your bodies get used to having this thing there. And within minutes, the whole thing's out. So I feel like surely the capsule must be to keep it
in your system
slightly, and like
right, yeah.
slowly remove it from your system rather than being like yanked out, and then whatever your body's taking from that or gaining from it, is just gone. Whereas the capsules are obviously doing it in a slower way.
No way.
That's what I would assume.
I've heard no negative stories, only, I mean, aside from the cost. I've only heard good. So what could go possibly wrong? I don't get it.
Nothing really can go wrong
And
from a wee
I like that
capsule, I
sort of
don't
shit.
imagine.
We all know that I like that sort of shit. I'll do anything. I'll try anything once, except heroin. But I'll do anything. I will try it all. I'll put colostrum in my eye bags when we need to do it. I'll eat my placenta and but even hypnobirthing, it's something that's been around for years, but it's now become a thing, and it's proving that it's working and it's helping people. If people can do things that are so simple to help them, then why the fuck not?
Especially it's such a big first time experience.
Yeah.
Like, you can experience loads of things for the first time, but they're not that big a deal. Whereas this, it's like, you can't ever go back.
Yeah.
Like, you could
Can't
say,
go get your placenta again.
but also you could say, like, I'm going to go speak to someone about potentially learning how to fucking play an instrument, right? And maybe find it quite daunting starting like a new thing, and maybe a bit older or whatever. But you could change your mind at any moment and say, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
You can't do that once you're
Exactly, Zoe.
past the stage of pregnancy.
And also, who's going to try all this shit and let you guys know if it works or not? I'll tell you the
Exactly.
honest truth. I'll give you my honest opinion. I
You
did
should
the
be
thing,
putting
did
this
fuck
through the
all.
fucking business.
Maybe I will.
That's fine, I just get
And
a treat out of it.
Only if you eat my placenta with me. Let's
No.
do shots, spit or swallow of my breast milk, and you shot down my placenta pills. Guys, I think we should vote. She should do
There's
that.
absolutely
Marie,
not.
shouldn't she?
There's not
Yeah.
a chance in hell that I am touching your breast milk with my tongue.
Please.
No.
I'll squirt it. You can go, catch.
No, I don't even like.
You should not even dip your finger in. I'd taste yours. I'd suck your tit. I would.
I don't even like my own saliva. Can we just
True.
remind us of that? See, when I take those Invisaligns out, I could be sick over myself, and that's
The smell in the morning. Oof.
my own saliva. Okay,
Yeah.
so the placenta capsule, there's more chance of that because I feel like it's just going to look like a vitamin in it.
To be fair though, with placenta capsule, I wouldn't want to. Obviously, I would
You don't want to waste
give you,
one,
but I don't want
on
to
me.
waste it because you'd need to take it consistently, I'd imagine, for it to feel a benefit. But also, how's it benefiting someone that's hormones haven't just dramatically dropped? Unsure if it
No,
does
it
what it's
wouldn't.
meant
It would
to
just
do.
be for the fact to say that I've had a bit of your placenta in my body, which is fucked up, and I'm not doing it. I take it all
So
back.
it's like blood sisters. Tom Cruise ate his kid's placenta. I'm sure I read that years ago, like 10, 50, 20 years ago probably. And I'm sure he actually fried it and cooked it with like a knife and fork.
Right, that's fucking weird.
That is weird, isn't
You've
it?
lost me at that.
That's cannibalism.
Jesus.
It is. It is, isn't it? You're eating a human.
There's too many weird things in this life at this
A
point.
human organ. Anyway, yeah, so I thought that would come as no surprise to you guys, but I'm going to do it. I need to actually message the person back because she sent me all this stuff on my email. I need to get back to her. And then when I finish, I'm going to definitely go and get a mummy MOT with a woman called Rosie Davis, and I think it's to help your pelvis.
Right.
Because listen, guys, I piss myself when I sneeze. I just know that I'm going to have issues.
By the way, I think someone's recommended her to me before with my bladder issues.
have
Yeah,
they?
I've heard of her before.
She's meant to be amazing.
I've 100% heard of her. I'm sure someone messaged one time saying they were trying to get in with her, maybe couldn't,
Right.
and they went elsewhere, but she's meant to be unreal.
Because she was somebody that recommended, you know, when I asked about the baby shower gifts, it was get a voucher for Rosie Davis. So I looked into her and I was like, who is this queen of pelvises? And I was like, I need her.
Yeah, I've heard
So
of
I've
her.
looked into her and yeah, she's someone I'm definitely going to go and see afterwards.
Yeah.
And get my designer vagina nice and tight again.
I could give you a vajazzle if you want. I'll just get super glue and some gems and stick it on and see how long it lasts.
So yeah, I'm trying anything and everything. Listen, I'm going yoga once a week. It's the best hour I feel. If I could recommend anything to anyone, it is do pregnancy yoga. My step count is 300 steps a day. I don't want anyone to look at my stories and feel guilty that if they're pregnant and feel like I'm doing exercising when I'm fucking categorically not.
Yeah.
I'm literally stretching every night and I'm going on my ball and I'm being quite strict with my vitamins and my collagen and all
And
that
that's
jazz.
absolutely fine as well.
But getting out that door and walking, I cannot express to you the pressure on my pelvis, my bladder. I can't
It's
do
also
it.
such a shit time of year for that as well. It's not as if you're like, wow, I should go out and enjoy the sun or the nice day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's not even like a helping hand.
exactly.
You're not going to go out in the pouring rain waddling about.
And I waddle.
You're like a duck in a pond out there in the rain.
Anyway, I'll shut the fuck up now. That's my update. Hopefully that's the last of natal we discuss and this baby's to me. 2 weeks' time.
I feel like I need it out, but equally I'm like, wow. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that episode, and please tune in next week because we've got really exciting guests. We've got the 3 girls from Girls Overheard joining us, and we've actually, I say we, the guys made the studio so cool. It's like a half and half vibe.
Yeah, it was massive.
So even if you usually listen, still listen, but just have a wee nosy at YouTube.
Because the girlies also have their studio here as well. So that's why
So
they've got the set.
We merged.
Yeah.
We didn't like cart it over for the other ends of the tin or anything.
So we've got Ashley, Ailey and Lauren coming on the pod, and we discuss all different kinds of things really. We just chat utter fucking waffle, to be honest with you. But
It's like 5 girls in one room, is just a bit chaotic.
yeah, but it's good because they also have a side dish episode called Confession Sessions, which is over on Patreon. So they are also going to be on our side dish episode, and we're on their confession sessions.
Yeah.
We discuss everything from motherhood to Ozempic to what else do we talk about?
Everything.
Crazy mother-in-laws, hen parties, you name it.
Anything you could possibly imagine, we'd spoke about it, I think.
Anyway, we'll see you next week with the girls, and then the following week we're going to talk all about hen do dramas, which is going to be feisty because we had some juice. We had some really good juice.
And on Patreon this week we're doing the questions that you guys wanted to ask us.
Yep.
Just a wee update on anything you want to know or products, links, whatever.
And then I'm going
That's on Patreon.
do a Patreon, pack in my hospital bag, guys. I'm going to actually, the guys don't know this yet, but they're going to have to get that camera out and we're going to unpack my hospital bag and go through bit by bit. If I make it, that is. That's not a promise. That'll be quite a good one for over on Patreon. If you want to join us over on Patreon, it is I think it's actually £4.10 if you add the VAT, because I pay for it myself. I pay for my own Patreon to be in the chat. But
I don't know why you do that.
I don't know. I think
it was a tester, and
I
then
think the tester just never stops. So sometimes I write from me, sometimes I write from us. It comes out my bank every month, and I think it's £4.10, which includes the VAT. And with that, you get our group chat, which pops off at the moment. We've got so
It's just getting busier and busier, and I love it because people are obviously getting more confident to chat.
more
It's
confident.
nice.
Yeah, and if you are on Patreon and you're feeling not confident to writing it, please do, because we've had a couple of messages from people saying I didn't dare reply in Patreon chat, but my answer. I'm like, honestly, you don't realise how many people you help when you do include in this like amazing community that we've built together.
Definitely.
We also have 1 episode a week. We also have special episodes. We have competitions every single month to win something very exciting. It's all ad-free as well, so there's no adverts on any of the episode. It's all video format. And I think that's it. You get audio and video. It's quite a lot. Bang for your buck, guys.
It is, and the main thing about it is you don't take no break from there.
No, we don't. So that is going to be continuing over in my maternity. We're going to pre-record some fantastic eps for you, and then Zoe is going to have 4 very exciting guests. We'll let you think who they might be. You will only find that over on Patreon.
So see you there. Suckers, okay? Okay, thanks.
Bye, guys.
Bye.